What do you say, everybody? With Jake Coker, I'm Mick Gillespie. It's time for Last Call. We're going to talk a little bit of Alabama. The NCAA tournament is over. Nate Oates got a contract extension. Good job, Greg Byrne. Don't let that guy go anywhere. We have one of the best in the country. Special dude. Our show's brought to you by Pearl River Resort over in Philadelphia, Mississippi. The Timeout Sports Lounge, hot, man. It was hot for the basketball tournament. You guys could have gone over there, hour and a half from Tuscaloosa, 2 and change from Birmingham, and it would have been just like in Vegas. 20 big screen TVs, full-size bar. You got individual kiosk, regular kiosk, and then a window for placing those bets, and you can watch all the games. So continues. You got racing, you got pro basketball, you got baseball, college baseball, all that stuff right over there until we get back into football season. All right, let's get this show started. I think people are ready. All right, the guy that I think looks better with his football helmet on. There he is, Jake Coker. What's up? What if you did the show with your football helmet on? I think people would like that.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm enjoying my Easter spring break week. Daughter brought home something from school last week, so I'm like kicking it off with a cough.
Yeah, I hear you. So yeah, I mean, when's the last time you wore your football helmet? Just tell us, when's the last time you actually wore a football helmet?
Probably about my oldest daughter. I've got it in a room right now, or I had it in my old house just on a shelf, and my oldest daughter found it, started putting it on and running around the house, and she asked me to put it on. So that was probably 6 months ago. But yeah, meaningfully wearing a helmet where it was actually needed 10 years ago, I guess, 8 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
The Cardinals helmet.
Yeah.
Did you keep some of that stuff?
I got my Alabama stuff. One thing I'm pissed off about is I did not keep my Florida State helmet.
What'd you do with it?
Man, when I got hurt my last year at Florida State, I mean, there was no need for me to even have a helmet because I was on crutches for the last 6 games of the season. And, I mean, I was transferring, I didn't even think about it. Just got out of there I'd have had the two most iconic helmets in football or college football, Alabama and Florida State, the spear and then the classic, tied helmet with the number. I mean, outside of those two helmets, I can't think of a more traditional, iconic helmet out there, really.
Yeah, right.
I mean, who else would you put up there? Maybe
I like Michigan.
Notre Dame, I guess.
Yeah, Notre Dame and Penn State, two of my favorite helmets. Let's see. I like Nebraska. I like the old school helmets.
Texas is a pretty sweet helmet.
Texas. I like the colors too.
Yeah. USC, they got a pretty sweet helmet.
Yeah.
USC,
you know what?
USC's just died off to me. They have gone to an irrelevant place, in my opinion.
Right.
Early 2000s, that was a badass helmet. Now it's just kind of gotten soft to me.
Oh, so you're saying that you're relating the helmet to the on-field play.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just looking straight helmet. I mean, just straight helmet.
Really, the what was it, 2017 season when they came crawling out of the, dogs on a leash out of the tunnel and we beat them 60-0. That's when that helmet should have been retired. They should have just quit. Let's just focus on basketball.
Those are the days, man. Those were the days. How about Miami's helmet?
I was about to throw that out there, but I was nervous about the backlash. I mean, Miami, I don't know. Miami's they're kind of one of those that's up and down too. I think Mario's got them back in shape, but just so much inconsistency, you know. I mean, look, what did oh gosh, Herm Edwards.
Yeah.
He came and talked to the team, and he said the helmet, you know, let me say, I have to go back and watch that. But there is something too, like, I mean, there's a standard, and I know Alabama's had its lows. I mean, don't get me wrong, but Alabama has been relevant in college football. I mean, there hasn't been too many times, or let me just say this: there hasn't been a dip in the Alabama performance on the field over a period of time similar to any other school in the country. Like, I mean, what's the longest period of time we haven't gone to an SEC title game?
Man, I don't know, because even when we went through some bad coaches, we still got there. I guess 99, and then we didn't get back until Saban did in 2008. Maybe that's probably the longest.
So yeah, 9 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, Texas, you look at the powerhouses. I mean, I guess Ohio State's the closest. I mean, in terms of having not had a drought where you're just absolutely irrelevant for a long, long time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, I mean, it's where it's always going to mean something if you beat that helmet.
Yeah.
Like Miami, and for the longest time, I guess from after their national championship in 01, or national championship appearance in 01.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for the most part, I felt like was irrelevant throughout my time in high school to college to really up until just now. I mean, that's 15, 20 years.
I'm about to give you the list that 24/7 Sports did on best helmet.
Well,
and because we got some of these on here. Now, one that I would have not put on there, but now that I see the helmet, I guess I could even just throw it up on the screen, is Wyoming. And I collect license plates. You know that.
That's a sweet helmet.
Wyoming's looks like their it looks just like the license plate, and the logo. And I'm like, man, it's just a cool logo. It's a cowboy. Put it up here. You can take a look at it. But I know who they think's number one, we haven't even mentioned them. And I wouldn't mention them. I mean, I would put them on the list, but their number one to me is not the best helmet.
Who do they have? Georgia or something?
Well, hold on. Let me do this first. Let me go ahead and put this up. Best college football helmet. I don't even know how we got here. Oh, because I asked you I said you look better with your helmet on. That is a cool helmet right there.
That's a sweet helmet. Yeah,
it's pretty badass. So that's number 24 on their list. Okay. So they got UCLA at 25, that one at 24, Clemson at 23, Auburn at 22. Give me a break. Georgia at 21. Let me put Georgia up there. Georgia's a knockoff. This is a knockoff. They got to pay the Green Bay Packers royalties every year for that G, from what I understand, right? It's just, I mean, I don't say it's bad, but it's just, it's the Packers helmet, just different colors.
Yeah.
So there's I can't give them points for originality, right? I do like that they went with the black and the red one. NC State is 20, terrible pick. Oklahoma 19. I think Oklahoma's got a good helmet.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: if there was say we didn't have the number on our helmet, what Alabama logo would you choose?
Oh my gosh, dude! Like when you go to Walmart and they have it'll have an A on there, like a script A or something.
Yeah, would you have the script A? Would you have? I would have the elephant coming through the A with the white banner.
I think I would go blank, man. If I didn't have the numbers on there, I would just go blank with like crimson and white. I mean, just even without the numbers, it's better than I don't know about the logos. It just looks so cheap.
Blank with just a houndstooth hat on the side.
Like, be like, would you want like cursive Bama and cursive like Ole Miss?
What if you just had a houndstooth helmet?
That would be cool. I would do that.
Houndstooth. That was
and I've said, dude, that they just for the sake of raising money for NIL, they ought to do like white helmets every once in a while, and or stuff like that just to raise money. I mean, Oregon worked with Nike on a Grateful Dead collab. You can't even get the stuff. The shoes, all the gear is sold out. Like, there's a reason that teams are doing this stuff, and there's a reason why Oregon keeps coming into our state and buying our best players away. NIL. Like, we need to be creative. All right, here's this is number 18 on the list. It's Tennessee. I like Tennessee's helmet. I mean, yeah. Look at that one right there. That's the smoky gray.
I'm not against Tennessee's helmet. I mean, they keep it old school.
Yeah. What do you think about this one? It's the Hawkeyes.
You got to be better.
You're not giving it to them because they haven't been. They won this year. They kicked our. Oh, here's one I like. Number 16 on their list. Tell me what you think about this one. I like this one. Doesn't really have a lot of football tradition, but I do love the Carolina blue, and I think it's a pretty smooth helmet.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. There's got to be some relevance behind it. Like, the helmet's got to be on Sports Illustrated a bunch, or something. You've need to have won some games, and it's got to be out there. North Carolina. I mean, if North Carolina's playing, I'm probably finding another game.
Except now that they have the saga with
Bill
Belichick and his young girlfriend. All right, this is the one. The next one. I can't believe they've got Louisville that high on the list.
Yeah, that's gimmicky right there.
Yeah, gimmicky and all that stuff. Come on, that's a stretch. Pitt's number 14. Florida's number 13. I mean, come on, man. Now, have you ever thought like, I really love this Florida Gators helmet? Like, no. I would rather talk about it. I would rather, if I was them, I would rather just have the Florida Gator, like the head, like the Gator head.
I was about to say that's what I mean. That just looks like that just is orange and blue Ole Miss.
These guys coming in at number 12 tells me that the people that made this list don't get it, right? Because they do all these different helmet designs at Oregon, and they all suck. Like, they're all terrible. I do like the chrome one, but look at it. It's like, oh, we got duck wings. I mean, one time they had like Daffy Duck on there.
I mean, when Oregon's on, it takes me a second if they're playing a team that has, that's in mostly white. I mean, if they've got similar colors, I got to be like, hang on, who's Oregon? Because you never know what they're coming out in.
That's right. Here's number 11. I think this one might surprise you a little bit.
Actually, I kind of like that.
Did you see yourself rocking the hog? I mean,
no.
Here's the hog in gray, just in case you first colors. I just don't know anything cool about that.
Where's the Ole Miss powder blue? I know that one's
right. We'll see. Here's number 10, USC.
Yeah. That's not a bad one. I mean, man, early 2000s USC.
Dude, look at the. It's like clip art. It's like they got like a clip art like Trojan on there. Like it's like like before we had advanced technology.
I mean, early 2000 USC. I mean, they couldn't do anything wrong.
Here's number 9. Tell me what you think about number 9 here. Oh,
that's further up there, man. I'm sorry. That spear is no matter, I don't care what anybody says, that spear on the side of the head, that is pretty badass.
I think so too. All right, so that's Florida State. Now, we got to go through this. I actually was about to mention this helmet. So they're number 8. Doesn't surprise me. I actually like this helmet. And that's LSU. I do like LSU.
Yeah. I like the spears.
Look at the white one. Look at the white one. You can go white with it too.
When I was at Florida State, I stole those spear stickers and had them as bumper stickers on the back of my truck. It was awesome.
All right, what number is this one? It's number 7. Number 7 was on both of our lists. We like number 7. And I think they could be higher on the list. Texas.
Yeah. To me, it's Alabama, Florida State, Penn State, Notre Dame, Texas. That's the top 5, no matter where you put them.
All right, this is
okay. Yeah. All right,
very good looking helmet.
Michigan's in there as well.
Very good looking helmet.
The wing tee, that was my old high school's helmet. Was the wing tee.
They got this school at number 5, and I would put this school at number 1.
Yep.
I mean, look at that, how classic that helmet
Look
is.
how clean that is.
It just looks perfect, man.
I thought that was Ryan Anderson at first.
Let's just say for the sake of our show, let's just say it is.
Yeah. Guns aren't big enough.
Rhino. All right, that's number 5. Number 4 is one that we already mentioned. The U.
Yeah. Not bad.
Wonder if they have like one of those other yeah, look at that one.
I don't like that one as much. I like the white.
Doing something different. Number 3 is one we had on the list. I could even see this one being higher than that.
Yeah.
The Golden Dome. I mean, come on, man. Those are
man. Hey, let me tell you, when we played them in the Citrus Bowl, my freshman year, those helmets, I mean, it was pretty sweet. They were shipping up to Boston right before kickoff, and man, those guys were jumping around. Those gold helmets were just like, I still remember that. Just, you couldn't not look at them. They're just shiny gold. It was pretty awesome.
Here's number 2. I love this helmet. Love it.
Yeah.
This just old school. I love the blue and white. Very clean. Look, they're copying us with the numbers on the side of their helmet, but that looks cool to me too. Number 1, though, I'm not into number 1. Like I don't even know if I have number 1 on my list, which is surprising. But they say Ohio State. I don't like that. Like
what? The helmets, when the helmet stickers make the helmet, that ain't it.
No. So I mean, we got into this, but I think that Notre Dame, Bama, and Penn State are my 3 favorite, but I don't mind Michigan at all. And now I really like that Wyoming helmet.
Yeah.
So, all right, well. Now that we just did that, let me remind you guys that we're brought to you by Patriot Roofing and Builders, 205-919-4494. When you need your roof inspected, the guys will do it for free. They do free home inspections, and when you call them, they answer. Will and Justin are there for you at Patriot Roofing and Builders, unlimited home builder's license and total home solution. They do it all: roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and full home renovations. Get their free inspections. Give those guys a call at Patriot. And we appreciate them for being part of what we do here. 8A is Saturday, and we are down to the last couple of practices before things are done. Your thoughts on or what you're hearing out of practice? I get the idea that both quarterbacks have been good and both quarterbacks have struggled. Russell maybe a little bit more accurate than Mack. I think that's just natural, but Mack kind of knows where the ball is supposed to go maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the summary that I've gotten is Keelon just doesn't seem to be quite there yet, which is understandable. I mean, the guy's only been through a few of these camp type practices, and that's where you get the most work, full speed reps. I mean, the summers you got 7-on-7s, all shirts and shorts, but again, I think this spring he develops. You go through a summer, and then the real competitions in August. I mean, we get excited about spring, and spring's great, but I think it's an opportunity for coaches to put guys in creative situations and really try to develop them. But camp is when you really find out, who's going to be the guy. And again, throwing different things at Keelon and kind of seeing where he's at. But by the time August rolls around, I think is when you find out who the quarterback is. But having said that, I think Mack is where we expect him to be. Is going to get better, but all indications lead to what we've been saying the whole time. Keelon's ceiling way up here. Mack is a great player, just doesn't quite have the measurables that Keelon's got, and so you can win both ways. But I will say this: if we can't run the ball, Keelon's going to have to be the guy, in my opinion, because you have a guy back there who can.
Well, that's what Shank's saying
on his own.
Shank's saying that. It's like Shank's like, look, if you can't run the ball, it doesn't matter. I mean, like, I just wonder why it's taken. And this going back to Saban, like after the 2020 season, like this offensive line has just been a problem, and like they've gotten progressively worse at running the football until last year, where it really wasn't even a factor. Like you didn't go into a game against Alabama and worry about the run towards the end of the season. -3 yards against Georgia. So I know he's tried to address this, but I'm just curious. Like, I wonder what that's going to look like.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, the focus is that, right? I mean, every move in the offseason from a coaching standpoint was to strengthen that offensive line and make us better. The only problem is that I feel like our offensive line was gutted, this year with, whether it be transfer portal guys or just leaving for the draft. Last year, the strength of our offense before the season started, in my opinion, was the offensive line. I mean, the receivers, you weren't sure. You had Ryan Williams, who we all had high expectations for. I know that he, wishes he had played better throughout the season. His expectations are up there because he's that good of a player. We just got to get him there. But you had, Jeremy Bernard, he's proven, but you had Isaiah Horton and a lot of other guys we were uncertain about. I think Ty really elevated that room with his timing and his precision. But again, the offensive line was the biggest disappointment, I think, of that entire unit, that entire team. But who knows, man? You shake it up a little bit. You got a bunch of hungry guys. You never know what may happen. It goes one of two ways. You are who we thought you were, or, you come out and you play with something to prove, with that edge,
right,
and skippiness. And I hope that's how it goes. And look, you got 2 new coaches at Alabama, or new tight ends coach, new O-line coach. I'm sure they, in the short time at Alabama, they realize the pressure that comes with, being in charge of the run game at Alabama. That's I don't know who has more heat, who's under more heat. The offensive line coach, who's, really responsible for the run game, or the head coach just winning games. Like, Alabama's got a different standard for running the ball. The fan base, that's what they want to see. Nobody wants to see spread it out and sling it around for the most part. You want to see control the line of scrimmage. This state loves a physical football team, and the only way to
think about this: you being on your team and the commitment to the run that the 2015 team had on offense.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, look, again, I've always been in the camp of, if you can't run, you can't win consistently. I mean, you just can't. Again, not only does it set the tone from a physicality standpoint, but it controls the game. If you can, and especially with the defenses that we had, I mean, nobody was scoring at will on us. So, the only game that year where we really couldn't stop anybody was that Clemson game. And you had, that was an all-star team on that offense. You had a lot of guys that had long careers in the NFL if they weren't plagued by injury. Again, we had Derrick Henry, Kenyon Drake, Damian Harris. He was young, and then you had that offensive line that won the Joe Moore Award. It was a constant commitment. We had run game periods where all we did was run the ball. Full pads just about, I felt like every day. And then during the season, full on Tuesday and Wednesday, shorts Monday and Thursday. It was a commitment because in the SEC at that time, if you couldn't run, you couldn't win, and if you couldn't stop the run, you couldn't win. It just was what it was. And then Lane sprinkled in the RPO, which there was very surface level RPO game when I was at Florida State, and really throughout the country. But I felt like Lane really introduced it to college football, through Chip Kelly, because Chip Kelly was the guy who, he used to get on the phone with Chip Kelly in some of our meetings and talk through some of that RPO game. And, that's when it was really enacted. And, I think referees also got a little bit more lenient with illegal man downfield. Sometimes
right.
Sometimes I'd throw the ball and Ryan Kelly would be 6 yards down the field. And Ryan would be like, Ryan literally would look at me like, what the fuck was that? he's blocking a linebacker and the ball whizzes by his ear hole.
What's the advantage and the disadvantage of the RPO?
Well, it's all about numbers, right? Basically that's what it comes down to. That's all football is a numbers game. Where the numbers at, how many got in the box, where's that edge player? Do you have leverage outside? They too high, they play in the pass. And again, back then when we had the tools like Derrick Henry and Kenyon Drake, very few. Look, Michigan State, my gosh, they sold out on Derrick Henry. There was never really a run look until we just started killing them down the field. And, they did not disguise much. I felt like they were always, an advantageous look for the run game. And so, they basically had Calvin Ridley. Those throws to Calvin Ridley, that edge player, that backer would be, apex, between the tight end and Calvin, or between the tackle and Calvin. And you basically had a safety one-on-one with Calvin 10 to 12 yards off the line of scrimmage. And it was like, man, you're just going to – you're going to do this, And, you just can't guard Calvin Ridley with no buffer at 12 yards. He's just going to blow right by you. But then, look, Clemson started – when we played Clemson, it was a completely different animal, mixing things up. And I think they mixed it up so much that they blew it a lot of times. O.J. Howard on 2 of those touchdowns were just blown coverages. But that's part of it when you mix it up the way they did.
Yeah. And you go into the
but
practice.
But the RPO game, it just strains the defense. You got to be accountable for everybody. And, basically it puts the defense where if you're not equally matched at each position, there's a weakness.
Right.
Because, you get to the line of scrimmage, okay. Okay, I don't have numbers to run. I got to throw it out here and there. A lot of picks come off of that as well.
Yeah.
If you got one matchup you like, odds are, just say greater than 50%, we're going to have a positive play here because of the matchup I got right here.
Yeah, interesting. Hey, guys, I know it's that time of year. You're going, okay, where am I going on my next vacation? Well, you're going to Residence Inn by Marriott, Ocean City. OC, our guy Keats over there taking good care of you. Look at that sunset. Beautiful place. Secrets, the boardwalk, great seafood, and it's all just, short flight away from Alabama. And a lot of you guys that are watching from all over the country can just zip over there, maybe if you're up in Maryland. But the Maryland coast is beautiful, where I used to go on vacation as a kid, and I love it. I think it's really cool that Residence Inn by Marriott, is one of our partners. So check them out. Tell Keith that Jake Coker sent you.
That's right.
Yep. So what was I going to ask you? Oh, do you think that they'll have an indication of who's going to be the quarterback next year when this is over, or do you really think that it's still an open quarterback battle? Because they're going to tell them it's a quarterback battle.
I think they've got a good idea right now, but I don't think like I said earlier, they got to figure out where this offensive line is before they make this decision too, because I think that weighs heavily on who they pick. Again, if they don't feel comfortable running the ball, I think you got to go with Keelon Russell, and that's. I have not been to a practice. That's just what I hear. You have to have a playmaker back there if you can't run the ball, because when things break down, you got to have a guy. I don't want to make a Patrick Mahomes comparison, but a guy who can move and get the ball out and make plays on his own. When you can't execute the plan or execute the play that you've called, sometimes you just got to hope your players make the best play possible. And at that point, it comes down to talent versus talent. So, if we've got the guys up front to execute, and Keelan's not there mentally, then you got to go with Mack. If things are kind of falling apart, then you got to go Keelon, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, and then the 8A game. Or whatever it is, it's not going to be a game, but it'll be more of a practice.
Yeah, it's if you don't have the guys and you can't execute, it comes down to simplifying everything and just letting guys play fast and make the most of their talent on the field. That's again. We've said it enough on this show. I felt better about where our roster was last year than going into this year. But again, you gotta have faith in Kalen DeBoer. I think he's the right guy, and I think we're going in the right direction. But again, there's just so many unknowns about this roster that it's hard to make a prediction.
Makes me nervous. All right, let's switch gears a little bit. First, though, let me go ahead and do this. Let me give you an ego boost.
So, Jake, let's break down some game tape.
Hold on, fellas. Steve.
Hey, Jake, you ready to rock?
Let's roll, brother.
Guess we're calling plays at Pearl River Resort. Wow, Jake's first throw scores. And Steve's got the crowd pumped. Man, they're absolutely rolling.
'Cause I don't have to be me till Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I ain't gonna face reality.
I tell you, Jake's still got game. While Steve keeps rocking aces. Boom, Jake seals it with a pick.
Come call your own plays
At Pearl River Resort. Let's roll.
I don't have to be me till Monday.
All right, very good job on that commercial. I think we all agree. So, Shank and I were talking about it on our they what's that?
We got to get Shank on the next one.
That'd be great.
we'll have it where me and Steve just we don't want to leave, and he throws us out of there.
No, hey, what would be funny is, do you remember those commercials where they had the office linebacker?
Terry Tate.
you guys are playing golf, and then Shank just comes in and wipes you both out.
That would be funny as hell.
That would be funny. He's got such a great sense of humor too. Like, he's funny, dude.
Hey,
all right.
Have you seen the new Aiden Sherrill in the transfer portal?
Yeah, well, I'm getting the basketball if you let me get there.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Let me get there. Hey, guess what? Nate Oates just got a contract. He's one of the top 5 paid coaches. Greg Byrne knows, like, the minute Nate Oates walks out, Bama basketball is back to middle of the pack, lower middle of the pack. And that's just the way it is. Like, it was like that before he got there. It'll be like that after he leaves, probably. But while we have him, every year you have a chance to do something. And the way that his teams play in the tournament, I mean, they played Michigan really tough.
Oh, yeah.
Watched that national championship game. Michigan was just on a heater. And UConn's really physical, smart team. Michigan still beat them. They outshot us, and they out, whatever. But Bama hung in there. I mean, this program,
and it just shows you like how quickly a team can get. Can get to that level of winning a national championship in basketball. All 5 of their starters were transfers. Every single one of them.
Is it Michigan?
Yeah.
Well, that shows you where the business is right now, because Michigan's got a lot more money to spend than us on stuff, and they've won football championships and basketball championships. Like, if they don't come up with a system where you regulate the money, we just got to spend more.
Yeah,
but I'm glad that Nate's coming back.
Oh yeah, well, Nate was he was like the equivalent to hitting the lottery for us.
Yep.
A guy from Buffalo that loves Tuscaloosa, wants to be there and win a national championship there.
Yep.
And has been knocking on the door.
Yep. He'll be one of the top 5 highest paid coaches. His contract's now through 31, 32. He's 170 and 73 with multiple SEC titles and consistent NCAA tournament success, Final Four in 2024. I get it, man. I mean, like, I'm surprised he's staying. I mean, but I'm glad.
I'm not surprised he's staying. I think he really likes Tuscaloosa. Just in talking to him, I think he loves it in Tuscaloosa.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do too. I mean, I'm not saying that, but I'm talking about, like, just from a business standpoint, you get more money to spend on players and have better facilities and rabid fans. I mean, we're just not into basketball. And I think some of us are, but as a whole, Alabama, we got to do a better job of supporting basketball than this guy.
Yeah, but he's one of the top 5 coaches in the country, and he will never get fired at Alabama.
Yeah, you think? Yeah, that's true. But do you think you worry when you're as good as he is right now? Are you worried about getting fired? I mean, wouldn't you just be worried about how to cut the nets down and win it all?
I think some do, some don't. I don't think Nate Oates was on the punch list for best coaches in the country when Alabama hired him.
Well, he wasn't. Yeah, I know that.
I think Alabama reached out, and gave him an opportunity when there was. He wasn't going to get hired. I don't know this for a fact, but I know when we hired him, we were all like, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah, right.
And all of a sudden, he is just kicking ass. And Greg Byrne believed in him, and I know that the money guys and a lot of football money guys absolutely love Nate Oates. Would do anything to keep him around. Have really become, best friends with Nate Oates, and he fits in so well in Tuscaloosa, and I think him and Coach Saban have become pretty close as well. And again, I think that when you've got the kind of support that he's getting, and I'm not saying it's equivalent to Kansas or North Carolina, but I will say when you have people buy in that have been in on football for a long time, to meet Nate Oates, get behind him, create a relationship, and then try to support him to the best of their abilities. I think that's really made an impact on Nate Oates' decision to stay here. Again, I mean, if you go to North Carolina, you go to a UConn, Kansas, and you don't make the Final Four 50% of the time. I don't know if those relationships uphold or if they erode, and you lose the backing pretty quickly.
Right.
So to me, Alabama's a pretty damn good fit for Nate Oates, and I think that's how he sees it as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, and I'm not trying to disagree with you, but I know when we talk basketball on any of these shows, nobody watches. Like they tune out. We're so programmed on football at Alabama, and we love football too, but I just feel like some of us are missing what's going on right here, and we're in the golden age of Alabama basketball, and we ought to embrace it. I mean, look at Auburn. Like, they got Bruce Pearl, and all of a sudden, like, they just fell in love with basketball and supporting basketball, and now they don't have Bruce Pearl anymore, and they're not that good anymore, right? Like, so much of success in these sports is predicated on who your head coach is, right? And I think the same thing would happen to us, but we still got our guy. We don't have his son, we have him, and it's just crazy. Like, I watch Bama play basketball and win these games in the tournament, and I'm like, we're even on a bad year, we're that dangerous team that if you mess around, will upset you.
Yep.
And our style's fun. Like, we led the nation in scoring, we come up and down the floor. If we made more shots, we could have beat Michigan. If one of our best players hadn't have gotten in trouble off the court, then it could have been a different outcome.
No, it's the most exciting team to watch in basketball. There's no doubt about it, and we're built for tournament runs. I mean, it seems like every year we make it to the tournament, there's some excitement around Alabama because of, I mean, you just never know. If we get hot, we can beat anybody. I mean, I think we're the only team to have a lead over Michigan going into halftime, during the tournament.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. I mean, Michigan, you could kind of tell, was bigger and more physical than UConn last night. UConn showed some glimpses of making it a close game, but Michigan's by far the best team in the country.
I'm going to tell you something. UConn's coach, is whether you like him or not, is great, and they were outmanned, but the style that they played gave Michigan fits. They just didn't make enough shots. Yeah. And you think about how it was at the end. They got that steal. If the guy doesn't miss the layup, they really had a chance at the end of the game. But I thought Bobby Hurley, I'm like, look, the guy's been to 3 of the last 4 championships, overmatched in this one, and they still almost found a way to pull off what would have been a major upset. What's funny is that Father Carl bet on it. He was telling me that he was telling me, like, take Michigan in the 6.5, and he lost by 0.5 point. I'm going, how does Vegas do this? Like, how? It's crazy.
Oh, man. I mean, it's unbelievable, really.
0.5 point.
That's what I always say, man. Those fishy lines, you gotta snuff them out.
Yeah, right.
Those ones that make no sense.
You got to snuff out the fish.
Yeah, where the public's on a side real heavy and the line doesn't make any sense. Fade the public.
Yeah. So, a side note. Let's just this last thing I want to talk about today. I filled in on the next round. And Lance wanted me to talk about some of my conspiracies, which I don't necessarily think are conspiracies, right? I'm telling you, there's alien life, and it's
I knew that was
already here.
coming.
You know, that's the first thing. But I'm not talking about that. The second one is that I think that it was impossible for us to go to the moon in 1969, and they lost the formula for fuel that's different than the fuel we have now, because the fuel we have now would take like 9 fill-ups to go there and back, right? But we did it in 1969, and then my grandparents had a 1969 car, and the technology was like, would they basically be a go-kart these days? You know, so we actually have like a spaceship up there around the moon right now, and they're like coming back with all this stuff. They're like, hey, wait a second, like the moon, it's got green and brown up there. You know, like, hey, it was gray on TV, you know?
Yeah. I had this conversation Sunday during Easter. I asked if Artemis was going to be the first trip to the moon. And I didn't realize until Sunday we actually weren't even going to land on the moon.
We're not even landing there.
Yeah, which to me, that's kind of, I mean, you can't land on the moon 60 years later.
God, it's look, I know, I get it. We were in in a Cold War, and it was all about, like, I understand it, but like, it's just, it would have been it's a fairy tale to think that that spaceship got to the moon and back. When you look at the spaceship, like I go to Huntsville, they have like those spaceships out there. No way, man. No way. Look at this thing. No. What I love is that some people like get in my comments, or slide in my DMs, and like, I'm a moon landing denier is what they want to call me. Yeah, I am, because it didn't happen. And when I first heard about it, I'm like, I just assumed that it happened. I mean, I didn't pay attention to any of the details. It was in my history book, right? And then when you start going through it all, you're like, then the common sense hits, and you're like, wait a second, like 1969, like we're driving around in go-karts, like no chance.
Well, yeah, I mean, it makes you realize how.
You think they'll ever admit
how gullible the public is?
What's that?
It says it makes you realize how gullible the public can be.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, if the government tells you, I mean, look, you're supposed to believe it, And
then I don't think anybody believes anything anymore.
No, we're cynics now, people. We're cynics. But some of you guys are going to be screaming, "We didn't land on the moon." No, we didn't. We're up there now, and what's crazy is that we're up there now, and you're gonna get back all this new data and stuff because people are really there now. And how long do you think until we get on the moon officially? And do you think if Trump did it, he would just go ahead and throw the country under the bus for the
I think he would. I think he would, sure.
Everybody knows by now. We didn't
really walk on the moon. I mean, yeah, if he gets to say I'm the first president to make it to the moon, he'll do
it. Kennedy was a good guy. He was just wrong party. Yeah.
But hey, the alien stuff, though, Tim Burchett, to me, seems like a pretty straight shooter.
Yeah. Go watch it.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen him talk about it. But
I'm very aware of all this.
I mean, what's Marco Rubio said we've shot down alien crafts.
I know. Go watch Age of Disclosure. It's like regular politicians. And basically what they're saying is that a lot of the technology and the information is so classified that they don't even share it with the president, which is against the Constitution. And I don't know if Trump's really going to basically unclassify all that stuff and release it. But it's so interesting, and on the stuff that Tim Burchett says, I wonder if he's going to go for a walk and disappear. Like
he said he was not suicidal.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's kind of the way that this thing goes. Like, the people that talk a lot about it, that have information. I'm just speculating, by the way, aliens. So don't come after me. I
can't remember if it was Tim Burchett also talking about having a breeding experiment between the aliens and humans. Oh God. There's so much nasty stuff going on. It's hard to you dive into too much of this stuff, you'll lose your mind.
Yeah.
I mean,
the crazy thing, and you guys, well, I've talked about this with you. I don't know if I talked about it on here. I know I talked about it on the next round, but Trump came out on February 20th and was like, hey, people want to release these documents. He talked about Obama, saying that Obama thinks there's intelligent life, and kind of said that, that Obama was releasing classified information, which I found interesting. Yeah. And then on February 27th, a few days later, retired U.S. Air Force Major William Neal McCaskill disappeared from his home. 68-year-old guy who was in charge of the Air Force Research Laboratory linked to UFO research. And he just disappeared. And he's like the third one that's either died or disappeared that's been part of this for the government. And it's the FBI's involved. I mean, you can Google this. It'll pop up on all the major news networks. And then you're like, well, there's something here.
Yeah, did the aliens take him, or the government disappear?
I don't know. Well, they said that the U.S. government was worried about maybe a China or Russia or somebody else snatching him to find out what he knows about the aliens. It couldn't necessarily be the aliens, but I don't know. Did you watch?
Tim Burchett was talking about a underwater craft that could go 200 miles per hour underwater.
Yeah, the size of 2 football fields.
The fastest human-made craft, I believe, goes 40 miles per hour underwater.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you've seen the cartoons and heard the legends about Atlantis, but you also kind of wonder where these myths come from too.
Well, if you say this, just for the sake of the end of our podcast here today, because this is an interesting topic for me. If the government was like, hey, their aliens are here, we've worked with them for technology, since whenever, there's more than one group of aliens. There just is, right? What would that do? Would people freak out? If you're like, okay, well, here's the gray aliens, right? And it's the dudes with the big eyes. And then they're going to be like, yeah, they live inside the planet. We're miles down underground. They live in there. And then they're like, but these are reptilian aliens. They can shapeshift. And then these are, well, then there's large grays and small grays, which are two, they look the same, but ones are 7 or 8 feet and the other one's 3 feet. And they started coming out with all this stuff, which is, I'm just telling you what people have released, for these different, what would that do? Would it freak you out and make you laugh?
I mean,
there's ones called the Nordics that are they look like us. They're blonde with blue eyes.
I mean, do I have to worry about? Do I have to worry about them showing up at my house, and does a 308 kill them?
They'll just use mind control on you. Did you see the one? There's a video in Vegas.
I mean, here's my thing. At some point, you can just got to worry about what you can control. And I mean, they say aliens are real. Okay, whatever. I mean, as soon as they start, putting my life or my family's life in jeopardy is when I'll have that thought cross my mind. If there's anything I can even do about it,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then the other thing, the newer thing is that maybe they're interdimensional, right? Which is a whole nother mind bending concept.
Well, hopefully they would introduce some technology that would, keep us from doing dumb shit and stop killing each other. That'd be
right. And I get that too, man. You know, some of the stories that are out there from over the last 50 years are that anytime there were communications, there was a concern about nuclear power, and then a lot of times where they show up are over nuclear sites.
I've heard of that too.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know, like, what does that mean? You know, like, I think we have an idea of how their ships work, right? Because of Bob Lazar, who says he reversed engineered these ships, and basically they came up with a way to put a bubble in gravity, and then, you know, the ship just kind of falls in there and could go fast. And the way he described it looks exactly like the videos that we've seen our airplanes chasing, you know, that go 20,000 miles an hour. So I don't know, but it's definitely worth kind of talking about. I didn't mean to get into this today.
No, it is interesting.
Bonus coverage, people.
You know, Tucker Carlson, he alludes to, I don't want to say alludes to the fact, but alludes to it being some kind of, you know, spiritual beings. I mean, who knows? To be honest with you,
we're in a spot though. We're like, our society's only thousands of years old, and the planet apparently is billions of years old. There's a lot of lack.
Yeah, but we don't know that either. I mean, you know, I think the pyramids throw a wrench in all that. I mean, the engineering that took place to build those pyramids were, I mean, far beyond even the technological advancements we've made right now. I mean, the alignment of the blocks or the components of the pyramid, we couldn't do that.
You're saying a bunch of people just didn't pick them up and carry them up the side of a mountain.
And then some of the drawings in there. I mean, you know, there's drawings in these temples with helicopters and boats, and, you know, I mean, I think the human race is a lot dumber than what we believe. I mean, in all seriousness,
give ourselves too much credit.
We've got too much technology for our IQ level.
I'm not going to disagree with that. Yeah. Well,
I mean,
maybe one of these, once the 8A game's over, maybe we'll do like a full episode of this. See if people like it.
Yeah. I enjoy these type of conversations.
Oh, I know you do. I just don't want to end up like General McCaskill.
Yeah. I hear you.
I get a knock at the door, and then they just hold something up to my face, and I disappear forever.
Men in Black.
Yeah. Hey, look, I just at least tell me the secrets before you take me out. I want to know what's going on out there. Now, I don't want to go out. I just think it's interesting. I don't know that they're good or bad. I don't know. I know we got their technology. I know we didn't go from rotary phones to this monster right here in half a lifetime.
It's kind of insane, isn't it?
It's nuts, man. This thing does everything. It's crazy how advanced these phones are. All right, brother. Look, good show today. I want to tell everyone that Pearl River Resort is bringing you this year's mullet toss. The two of us are going to be there for the mullet toss at the Floribama. That is at the end of the month. We want you to come hang out with us. Throw a fish for charity. Maybe this is the year that we get the upset everyone's been wanting. You guys want to see me beat him, and I want to beat him too. But it's going to be hard. So I'm a big underdog, but I'll be back this year to throw, and you guys can watch. I'm going to try not to hit somebody with my fish.
Well, if you want to go ahead and start saving up for next Christmas, you can place a bet on that at one of the kiosks at the Pearl River Resort. And
that's a great idea. I'm gonna put that as a contest on Mick Nation on my Mick Nation thing, on my Web3 site for Bama Tailgate Show.
You can find that bet on Kalshi Mick plus 1,500.
Big underdog. I'm like plus 4,800, way back. I don't even know why I'm in this. Anyway, you guys come and hang out with us at the Mullet Toss. We appreciate Pearl River. Dancing Rabbit Golf Courses, the Augusta you can play. Now is a great time to get out there. The Azaleas, the Oaks, 2 perfect golf courses right there at Pearl River, at Dancing Rabbit. And the clubhouse at Dancing Rabbit's great. The team shop's great. The food is really, really good there. And then when you're done, you swing over to Philip M. Steakhouse. You get that steak, saffron chowder, old fashions. They take care of you there. And then obviously take the bridge right over to Golden Moon or saying Silver Star. They got bands. Fluff is coming, the comedian. So always something going on at Pearl River Resort. All right, roll tide.
Roll Tide.
So, Jake, let's break down some game tape.
Hold on, fellas. Steve,
Hey, Jake, you ready to rock?
let's roll, brother.
Guess we're calling plays at Pearl River Resort. Wow, Jake's first throw scores. And Steve's got the crowd pumped. Man, they're absolutely rolling.
'Cause I don't have to be me till Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I ain't gonna face reality.
I tell you, Jake still got game. While Steve keeps rocking aces. Boom, Jake seals it with a pick.
I don't have to be
Come call your own plays.
At Pearl River Resort. Let's roll.
I don't